white and red, fourth from left. But it's so hard to tell with the stagger unwinding after 500 metres correctly. Good running from the Australian lead-off athlete here. Sherman down the home straight is already past Young of Scotland. Great running too from England's Nathaniel. He maybe leads here as they come down to the first changeover. Nigeria, remember, will be strong throughout in that green strip.
I think the baton going to Nigeria, just Ezekiel Nathaniel, the 400-metre hurdles champion, doing a great job. We've already lost Zambia, unfortunately. Their lead leg runner pulled off with 100 metres run of the race. Nigeria striding down to the back straight, but it is Australia. Amir Gross, it was a brilliant 200-metre runner. I think she's using that speed to good effect here in the relays. She did it in the heats as well, streaking ahead at the break. And it's going to be Kenya challenging Nigeria for second place. George of Nigeria trying to hold the inside. And here comes Yemi Mary John of England, the sixth place individual athlete in the 400 metres. But Mia Gross has run a fantastic leg here, just keeping her team out of trouble. Her handover is going to be simple. Look at this, the other athletes are going to be cutting each other up, looking for the next runner.
Well, they hand over and it's Australia in the lead. The third leg runner for Australia heads out. It's Reynolds who goes out in the lead. England in second place. Good running this from Harris. Lovely leg there from Yami Mary John, making up for a sixth place in the individual 400 this morning. And a big challenge here from England. This is an early attack, trying to get past the Aussie run. He cuts in maybe a bit early there. That might lead to an appeal. The Australian being built, certainly. I'm not sure there was room for Harris to get through, but he does it anyway. The Australian in second place will have fire in his belly here yet. Reynolds, as they come off the bend, handing over now for this final leg feed. Nigerians have made good progress here. Ogazi, the individual 400 champion, has made massive inroads and will hand over marginally in the lead.
Wow, look at that. Three teams side by side as they go into the final leg of the mixed 4x4. Lena Nielsen was fourth in the individual 4 hurdles. And look at the sprint from the Nigerian athlete, Onajuevo. She was third in the 400 metres individually. Djanea Oakley, though, is chasing hard. The Jamaican won that women's 400 metres. Nigeria have got quite the lead here, ahead of England. Australia now coming under pressure from Jamaica. Djanea Oakley, 48-second runner this season. Surely she can't do it. She can't hold back the massive lead of Onajuevo here. She's going to have a go. Onajuevo into the home straight. Djanea Oakley pulls alongside, pumps her arms hard. Look at this from Jamaica. Lena Nielsen coming through for second with England. But Djanea Oakley makes it 2 golds today at the Commonwealth Games. Lena Nielsen held her nerve to bring them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is one of the greatest races that I have witnessed in 2026 because it is the greatest comeback from Jamaica, and this is where Djanea Oakley makes the Commonwealth Games history in the mixed 4x400 relay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone still doubts the fighting spirit of Jamaica, they need to only watch the final lap of the 2026 Commonwealth Games in the mixed 4x400 relay. This was not just a relay victory, it was a lesson in courage, belief, and the refusal to surrender. And as the baton changed hands for the final time, guys, the impossible stared Jamaica in the face. Djanea Oakley, guys, received the baton buried in the field in 5th place. 4 nations stood between Jamaica and gold. England looked in complete control. Nigeria smelled a medal. Kenya was also charging, and the stadium had already begun celebrating everyone except the Jamaicans. But there was one thing, guys, they underestimated. They underestimated that the woman wearing the black and green and gold, and that, guys, is the moment when Djanea Oakley grabbed the baton. Everything changed. She exploded into the backstretch with controlled aggression. Her stride was smooth, powerful, and relentless. At every 10 meters, she erased another gap. And fast, she hunted down Fifth. The fourth disappeared. And then in the 200-meter mark, Jamaica was suddenly back in the medal conversation. The crowd could only sense something extraordinary. The Jamaican supporters rose to their feet. Commentators raised their voices because this had not been seen for some time. And the athletes ahead started hearing footsteps. Those footsteps belonged to Djanea Oakley. Around the final bend, guys, she unleashed another gear that very few 400-meter runners in the world possesses. Her knees lifted higher, her arms drove harder, and every stride screamed determination. England's anchor glanced across. Nigeria fought desperately to hold on, but Oakley wasn't running for silver. She was running for history, and inside the final 100 meters, Jamaica stormed past one rival after another. The impossible comeback was becoming a reality. The finish line drew even closer, and Oakley refused to let the opportunity escape. She crossed the finish line fast, and we have goal for Jamaica. And from fifth place, guys, to the Commonwealth champions, the clock stopped at 3.10.97, with England taking silver in 3.11.58 and Nigeria claiming bronze in 3.12.85. Jamaica had produced one of the greatest relay finishes of the games, powered by Oakley's sensational anchor leg. But guys, victories like this are never built by one athlete alone. The Jamaica quartet laid the foundation with disciplined determination performances throughout the three legs. They kept the team within striking distance, refusing to panic despite the fierce pace set by the leaders. Their belief gave Oakley one final opportunity, and she turned that into sporting magic. And what makes guys this victory even more remarkable is the mental strength involved. Many athletes receiving the baton in a fifth place begin chasing too early, they panic, they waste energy, and Oakley did the opposite. She trusted her rhythm, she trusted her training, and stood importantly and by the Jamaican tradition of producing champions when the pressure is highest. That, guys, has always been Jamaica's greatest weapon. The nation may not always have the biggest population or the deepest resources, but when championship medals are on the line, Jamaican athletes somehow discover another level. And this performance, guys, wasn't just about speed, it was about character. It was about refusing to accept the race was over simply because the scoreboard said fifth place. It was about proving that until the finish line is crossed, Jamaica is always dangerous. For England, it was a brilliant relay that deserved silver. For Nigeria, another had earned international medal, but this night belonged to Jamaica. This night belonged to Djanea Oakley. Years from now, guys, the fans won't remember where Jamaica was when the final baton exchange happened. They remember where they finished, standing proudly on top of the Commonwealth podium, listening to the Jamaican national anthem and echoing around in Glasgow. So, guys, one baton, one anchor, and one unforgettable comeback, and another golden chapter in Jamaican's incredible relay legacy. So, guys, do let me know what you think about this race and